It is currently 10:30 a.m. on day 3, which is a bit earlier than where we left off, as you might imagine. I might as well just start playing and talk as I go. Don't know if this will be shown or not. I guess we'll see. I mean, if you're seeing this, then I'm showing it. This is like an experiment of sorts. Probably skip the dialogue I already know about. Come talk to the boss. I'll get right to that. Oh, right, I should go to him first then, because we know that that happened. I'm going to be going there anyway, probably. So I guess I'll go there first. I think the dialogue came up even though saying forewarned is forearmed, talking about the idea of using the information that you've received in order to try to improve your lot in life and all that. Oh god. That's one thing that's nice to go back and fix, is that mistake. What do we got here? Lemons and needles and thimbles. Oh my. Safety pin. So, I'm trying to interpret the punishment system of this game, and one of my interpretations is the idea that perhaps... Oh wow, I don't have pockets yet. This is back when I had to buy my cloth. Shit. That'll be interesting. Alright, what do I have? I have my needles, I have my thread, so I just need the cloth, right? Yeah, wow, we're far back, okay. Let's go. So I probably want to visit the clothing place. I'll visit that one. The idea is that this game punishes you in a really interesting way, which is that it takes away your health permanently across all of your saves. Which is an interesting counter to save scumming. You can still save scum in that you could be like, I'm about to die, and then save scum out of dying. So it's not foolproof, necessarily, because the game doesn't stop you from just loading whenever you want to and stuff like that. But it's definitely a thing. But my interpretation of this punishment is that you die, you lose your health, or maybe other things. And then I figure you're probably supposed to go back in time and to any point you want to, basically, and try to avoid the consequence that you just suffered. As opposed to just blindly loading your most recent save. There's a few reasons for that, one of which is just my particular situation. My most recent save was only briefly before when I died, and I was thoroughly doomed at that point to have no food and no resources and just be in a death loop. Which in this particular game... Hi there. You're the one that's asking... Let's see... Antibiotics. There we go. So that's the claim that Notkin's friend needs help. My interpretation is you gotta go back in time, but in particular because my way I was trapped was like a really bad one where like I was pretty doomed. I had no real resources with which to survive and was going to be infinitely looping my failure, essentially. And there didn't seem to really be a fix for that situation, as far as I could tell. So that's definitely one argument against the idea of like, oh, you're supposed to load your most recent save is the intended way. The fact that they specifically punish you in a way where the punishment is continuous across all of your saves makes me especially think that they are in favor of the idea of you just full on being free reign, allowed to just go through all of your saves and just go as far back as you think you need to go to fix your problem. So what we're going to do today is going to be an alternate playthrough of the day. It's going to be pretty different. In particular, I think I might still quickly tell everyone like, hey, let's meet up, even though we probably won't meet up because of the plague, just because I feel like it might have ramifications for our relationship with each other. But one thing is I'm going to try to get to the major plot points faster. I'm also going to try to deal with the plague differently. Try to deal with my economy differently, knowing just how vital food was. Because over the course of today was when I really started to realize how fucked I was food-wise. So we're going to try to see if I can do a different approach to basically everything that happened there. And see if I can optimize. But also, we'll probably see different plot points, so this will be a plot divergence from before. It is tempting to buy toast. God, a lockpick is worth both of them combined. Dare I? Why are they different? Oh, because they have different durabilities. I got you. I might trade one of them for some food. We're not doing great. But we'll see. And hey, if this entire experiment is a failure, I can always try again. Or I can even go back to one of my more recent saves and be like, you know what, I want to stick with what I was doing before and not any of these changes that I've made along the way. So I'm kind of just feeling it out. The main consequence being just time lost on my schedule, I suppose. Unless I manage to die. That's #1 goal, is don't, in this experiment, manage to die again. Because then I have to live with that. And that'd be rough. So we'll see how day 3 version 2 goes. On one hand, replaying the same day might not be great for viewership, but honestly, Pathologic doesn't ever, neither the first one or this one do great viewership-wise, so the people who are already willing to put up with this, watching this game, I don't think are going to be that bothered by an alternate version of a day as we revamp, and so on. Does time pause when I'm here? I wish a clock was on the screen, like, all the time, basically. Just so I could be more sure of when clocks do and don't. Transfer time. God, I wish I remember. What did I sell last time? Shotgun ammo, I think, helped. I think I might have sold some needles. That's something. Yeah, it's rough. It's rough trying to afford one of those, but I definitely want that inventory space. So now I've got the cloth. Okay. That needs to happen. I need to get that cloth and get that inventory upgraded. But we're already in a better place compared to last time just because I freaking equipped the gun. So it's not taking up a bunch of my inventory. Oh, that was really unfortunate. Alright. But yeah, we might see the Bachelor plot points and the not Ogimsky, kind of Ogimsky, but the Kane plot points. But we still gotta keep on top of all the garbage. Here's the picket line once again. In a way. What happened? Yeah. I'll tell him. I'm trying to pick the same dialogue options as best I can, but I'm also not going to very slowly read it all again. So don't worry, we're not going to sit here and reread the dialogue. For example, when the plague starts and I get to the part where I meet up with everybody, I'm not going to sit there and read it all out from scratch again, because that would be comical and poorly chosen. Anyway, my hunger's about to max out. Toast? Ugh. You disappoint me, Toast.
Yes?
Alright, and now we just found out the Canes want my house, which is not good. Save. So now is my chance to head over there. One tiny optimization added to the pile. Talking to Ogimsky before I go over there means that I can talk to Ruben and the Canes at the same time instead of awkwardly going back and forth, which is ideal. Let's visit my park. My park. I'm gonna be a little more thorough this time. We'll check the outside, then the inside as two separate things, because I think there might be a lot of sources just sort of all around it. Because that was always the system. This park with the gate around it had a perimeter around it that you could search on the outside, and then there was the inside. And while I would be tempted to zigzag in and out, ultimately in Pathologic 1 I came to the realization that it was best to just search the entire inside and the entire outside separately. Because even the outside, on top of just being the ring around the park, has a bunch of alleys like this, where they hide stuff. So that part's been pretty consistent. I'll figure out a path as we go, through repeated exposure. Before it was a series of alleyways. This time it's like a much more diverse location that's a lot more dynamic and confusing. Yep, but there's certain hot spots I need to find and kind of commit to memory. Probably on the other side of the fence. I hear you. There we go. Talk. How fares your kind, Katanga? Oh, this is me asking what an odor is. What does it mean? Yeah. Connections like veins, you can't rip them out. And he sells matches and fishing hooks. And she sells needles and chestnuts. If I can afford any food, this is the time to get it.
You could cut the air with a knife.
Let's try this real quick.
No one wants you here.
Every moment counts. If you're seeing this, I've at least reached the end of the day and have decided to commit to this. That's the main promise I can think of is just that if I do stick with this timeline, then we'll know because I'm showing it to you. I'm not gonna like start the same day over and over and over again. I would have left some of it on the editing room floor at that point. Been like, nope, that whole timeline, we're just gonna not acknowledge that because it didn't even remotely work. Empty is worth more than full for some reason. Alright. It's the same as last time. And I need money, so it's a good idea to invest. There's a decent chunk right there. Probably want to hold on to the whetstone. I don't know how many of those I have. I can spend a couple chisels, though. I clearly have more of those. And this I can use to eat. But they value needles. That's a decent chunk right there. Smoked fish can help me out. Can I get any higher? They don't want any of the herbs. Is there one they value more? Sweary. Interesting. And immunity boosters are worth something, but that's something that I can use. So it's probably best not to. I think I'll just go through with the trade, because I'll just get to keep the excess money. That's worth it. Alright. Now we're eating this ration. My god. Here I am thinking I'm going in fast forward mode and being all efficient. I've already eaten 2 things. Whoa, that was a sound. You want 6 for that? Ah, not quite. Metal scrap. I think I did see something that verified that I wanted that. I think there was an upgrade that made that mandatory, and I think I do have more chisels back at the base, so let's maybe do that trade. Or I'll suffer the consequences. Nope. Creepy bullet boy, I'm not here for those. coffee. It's not cheap. They don't sell... Wait, do they sell... Ooh, chisel. Oh. There goes the conundrum about whether or not I'd have another chisel for the base. Cool. Immunity boosters. Yeah, same problem though. Oh, raisins are worth 5 to you. That's 8. That's 1 to 1, I suppose. This park is phenomenal. I don't think I want your loot box. I also basically can't afford it. Unless I overinvest like crazy. Oh wow, chisels are left and right. Alright, no regrets on that trade then. Alright, so I've done the loop. Both sides. Let's book it. So we want to turn left-ish. Now going up these stairs looks better. Go, go, go! I'm trying. My plan is to go here, deal with both these characters, and then, well, then basically potentially react to whatever has come up as a result. But if nothing else gets in the way, I'm going to go straight to curing Notkin's friend, which gives us the thread of following up on the Bachelor, and so then I'll follow up on the Bachelor. I'm going to go... Yeah, that's the down direction. So I want to try to finish the Bachelor's plotline this time and see where that leads. Because dude just went on without me. I'd be extra curious to see if finishing the Bachelor plotline might make the plague happen sooner. That'd be some interesting question about the logic of the game. Because in particular, you get a feeling that the plotline got interrupted because I took too long with my day. As a result, the plague just happened based on a timer, probably, and interrupted all existing plot threads as a result. Whereas, maybe it actually is supposed to activate based on the timing of when you do something otherwise. Like, I've heard an interesting thing about day one, which is the idea that instead of just your reputation dissolving constantly with no context, there's kind of a funny way of handling it where apparently your reputation starts going down on day one once you find out that you're wanted for murder. So they wait for the player to understand what's happening before they start punishing the player. Which is of course abusable when you know it that it works that way. But it's interesting. Wow, yeah, that was a lot of bottles. I didn't fully realize how many I found. Meat! That's half a meat right there. But then the math doesn't work out great for me after that, so I can't really make it the rest of the way. Soap is valuable to you, huh? I want to trade my immunity boosters. One thing though is if I have enough immunity boosters and the plague starts early enough in the day, I might be able to use it to my advantage, actually. Because then I potentially get robbable houses that don't lead to reputation drop and stuff like that. You have to deal with the plague, but I'd like to experiment with that. Because I need to figure out what kind of risk-reward systems I can use to increase my food stores and overall value and so on. And in the first game, one of the big ways to do that was to take stuff from houses. I kind of had I had 2 different runs. Or I would put it as I had 3 different runs last playthrough for Pathologic 1. The Bachelor did not really go in people's houses at all, and things went fine for him. And then between the Haruspex and the Changeling, one of them robbed people's houses while they were in them, and the other one went into houses previously wiped out by the plague and fought the looters off, I believe, was basically how those 2 campaigns worked. And both of those were big resource adds. I don't remember which one was which necessarily, or if it might have been a bit of both.
All of this is an optical illusion. In reality, this town looks completely different.
Can I help you? Are you the judge? The judge is in his workshop. What business brings you to him? I'm Isidore Burrock's son. I'm here about our house. The workshop is in the right wing of the mansion. We're in mourning today, but I think he'll want to meet you. You're in mourning too? Yes. Simon, our patriarch, died 2 days ago under mysterious circumstances. Haven't you heard? I haven't. Strange. The whole town knows. People loved him. He was this village's creator, after all. How old was he? Quite old. You're Burrock's son, so you must have spent your youth here. Haven't you heard stories of Simon? Of course I have. Grief comes in spades these days. Who could have known the polyhedron will turn out this way? How did it turn out exactly? From the capital. We have summoned the Stamerton brothers, 2 architects. They've come forth with a bold project, a contraption that defies gravity. In the capital, they were ridiculed. We thought differently, and so we granted them this opportunity. As you can see, the polyhedron soars. I sense a but. But the polyhedron took away our children. The tower fascinates them. Inside, they've built something like a sovereign country, with my own son in charge. No one has any idea how to make them leave. Are you afraid the tower will collapse? No. It's just that the tower does something to them. They don't explain this to outsiders, but I think it materializes illusions, some sort of optical effect. Vibrations too, of course. Simon was adamant that we do not hinder the children in any way. Claimed this was the entire reason for the construction, but I want my son back. I think this is a new avenue for him. I don't think that they explored this concept as much last time. It is his son that's just gone. What's his name? Casper. Kids called him Khan. He is their leader, I suppose. As his father, I should be proud. Khan. Wait. He was among the children my father taught. Yes. He and your father spent a lot of time together last year. Simon and Isidore gathered some kind of coterie of children. Ones they had special hopes for. I didn't have enough time to grasp the things those two taught our children. Can you describe their teachings? I cannot. I'm sorry, but I just don't know. I trusted Simon and your father. They would not harm children. Is your son in the tower right now? Well, they do come out from time to time. Less often than I'd like. Abandon any hope of entering the polyhedron, though. They don't let adults in. Yes, I've gathered as much. And so we meet him earlier than last time. I rob him. These guys are rich. I'm not seeing a lot of opportunity. He doesn't have a lot of cabinets lying around. Hi, rando. That doesn't like any of the things in my inventory. So Kane is there, you're there. I like the shape of their... I like their area this time around. Their mansions are nicer. And less bizarre. And look more like a place people would live in. Also, that guy doesn't have the baffling thing where you walk in a giant circle because he's right next to the locked door that's by the front. You have to do a weird loop-de-loop. They skip that.
You aren't cub anymore, Burach. Time to grow up.
There we go. That's me explaining that I would like to see him tonight. I'm still gonna do that. I particularly want that plot line to work out.
She was happy to see you, huh? But did you see her eyes?
And I'm kicked out again. As you do. Alright. I would love to mend Ruben and Lara and Grief's friendship if I can. That'd be a fun plotline to follow. You're new. Agnia. The judge is in his workshop around the corner, but I can tell you his answer right now. Yes, you may. I may what? You may slay the outlaws at night without repercussions. You're the fifth to come and ask about that. And why have you come? I'm wondering if my man is going to come and ask the same. If he's genuinely planning to kill the killers. If he is, I'm leaving today. I admire your resolve. If somebody you know is planning to murder a person, even a villain, then there's something wrong with them. I've seen a few red flags already. Be careful at night. There's no guarantee your boyfriend doesn't join the outlaws instead. Strong reaction. That door is apparently locked. Alright. Still an adventure figuring out which door you're allowed to use on buildings. So now I'm allowed to talk to you, which is tragic because this is the day that I literally started in this room and he wouldn't talk to me. And
Everything is connected. Woven together, it forms a pattern in the great design. A human weaver who makes new connections cannot be ended by death.
You're Artemi Burrock. I am. About the house. Now, after I've seen you with my own eyes, I relinquish all claims I have on your property. The house is yours. Why did you want our house in the first place? We Kanes are a family of builders. We built this town. Each house adds something unique to its image. Let's say we keep track of this process. What did you have in store for my house? We would have examined it first, its proportions, the taste of the space inside. Every house transforms everyone who spends more than 5 minutes within. Sometimes this transformation can be influenced or controlled. We have a great interest in these matters. Is that why you've built so many identical buildings? Exactly so. They're identical on the outside. We were interested in how much human presence could change them in return. It was an experiment in mirroring, a juxtaposition of natures. Do you want to ask me anything else? I do, but you seem busy. I'll ask another time. I'm going to write a decree. Pass it to the prefect of the hindquarters district. Today, of course. Why today? Those are the rules. The judge's decision is executed the same day it's made. But why? This sounds inconvenient. Convenience is poison. One must accustom themselves to pursue any intention as soon as it appears, regardless of difficulty. Otherwise, one burns out, gives into doubt, starts fearing oneself. The bolder the dream, the more surely it becomes dust when the moment is lost. Now I understand. Or at least approximately. Here's the Kanes. This is new? Yep. To prove my rights of ownership, I need to hand this paper signed by the judge to the hindquarters district prefect, which is conveniently nearby? Oh, not that nearby to where I am, right? But it's near where other stuff is I'll do. Huh. What building is this? Have I been there before? That's not the bar, is it? Ruben's apartment, clothes, pharmacy. Yeah, that's workshop 2? What does workshop 2 mean? I'm not entirely sure. But we're on a schedule still. Alright. Things are getting interesting today. Yeah, it turns out maybe you shouldn't prioritize the quest where you play around with children all day. Funny that, huh? Still, I imagine there might be an interesting payoff for those kinds of storylines. But, having felt the cost, I'm not sure that's the direction I want to go this playthrough. Or at least not this day. This playthrough of this day. Because that was a disaster. Please lose food fast. No. Hunger. But that was straight up a disaster last time where everything fell apart. Spent all day hunting for resources, trading, and then, of course, doing what I could to follow up on all these children's stash locations, which are inherently a form of stagnation. It's not that you completely stop changing anything, but you do, part of the goal of their game is to engage in some extent of equivalent exchange, where you're trying to swap and trade instead of just taking. So it's not the best way to increase my resource counts if I'm just trying to move some numbers around arbitrarily. Man, you are out of shape, buddy. Or, this place makes you out of shape, at least. It's severe. Hey there. Yes. Interesting. What are you doing, buddy? Got some immunity boosters? And all it costs me is a whole lot of stuff. Might be worth it for some hooks. One of my hopes is that if I do jumpstart this whole thing and it does lead to the plague kicking off early plot-wise, because of the fact that your own actions can affect stuff like that sometimes, because it all comes down to how they script the whole thing, but also we're the main character in a play, and so things can happen in such ways. If it does turn out that way, I might have a decent chunk of time to loot. Because ideally, I would get enough resources to make something worthwhile. It's going to be an interesting experiment, though. I'll definitely be saving first and seeing how it goes, because I have to weigh different things against each other. We have toast. Not psyched about how this value works out. I'll take it. Maybe. That makes a little bit more sense, perhaps. Resources are hard. Alright. What was I saying? Oh, right. Just trying to figure out how to weigh these things against each other. Trying to figure out if I can, in particular, gather enough resources to offset the loss of immunity you get from the immunity boosters you're using to even survive in that location, because of course we don't want to get the plague, while also turning enough profit to be able to afford food in addition to additional immunity boosters. It's going to be tough. We're going to see. But even if that experiment fails, we'll be ahead of schedule on quests at least, because I also need to deal with I need to try to figure out the timing to deal with the Notkin quest, because I'm pretty sure that's why he became infected.
What must be, will be.
But I'm not really sure. There we go. So I've asked him to come. He's still selling all these things. I don't think I'm in a hurry to trade with him. And this remains empty, because it was just the one-time dump, I believe. Alright. I had to grab all of my remedies so that I can visit our friend that's dying. Hope I can optimize today to work out. But yeah, I think they suggested that there might be a random unluckiness to who gets sick. Like I may not be reliable. I don't know. You're supposed to try to give the drug to the people you can to help them out and hope for the best. Another reason why I need even more immunity boosters. As many as possible. But I'm kind of convinced that me not doing the quest and it becoming midnight might be why Notkin specifically got sick. Because he's clearly in like an infected house with Khan doing the thing. And I was just about to light all the candles and then it struck midnight and he said he was infected. It's hard not to see a correlation there that he must have gotten sick because I didn't finish his quest. Upgraded inventory. So now we need a thimble, a different cloth, more thread, so we're good there, and a chest of something. And here's where I can repair stuff if I have what I need, which is mostly whetstones and whatnot. Ah, there's where that comes in. But I believe I had something that needs to be repaired by... Yep. So we have that piece. I just need to find the other trunk of stuff that comes in handy for that kind of thing.
Half a man, half a boy.
Put those immunity boosters in my inventory, that's gonna matter. I'm gonna need the morphine for the diagnosis. I've got all this extra space now.
All you need to learn is the right herbal mixtures. That's what old man used to say. Herbal mixtures.
We've got the broken stuff, which we now have context for that too, because there's a nighttime store for specifically that. I've got food to spend, or to eat. That's my blood. Okay, so I'm gonna need some empty ones because I need to get mixing again.
Must have come from the hospital.
We have this one Mendril. I have not necessarily taken notes. Here's my chance though, perhaps, right? Let's see, let's save. Let's also eat. I'm in trouble again, my god. Alright, 1521. Spend a little while in this menu and we'll know whether or not you get sick. I mean, whether or not time passes. Man, I just say... Sometimes I just say random words when I try to say a sentence. And it's like, oh wow, yeah, let's just throw out the complete wrong thing. Let's see here. Oops. Ooh. So first of all, 1530. Yeah. 10 minutes passed. Son of a bitch. Time doesn't pass when you're paused though. See, that's one of those things I gotta know. That's important. Trying to figure out when the game pauses or doesn't pause. So when you're in the crafting menu for potions, the game does not pause. Alright. Those are 3 twires. Is there a system here like white, orange, red, white, Orange, red, no, because it's even called black, blood, brown. It's not helpful. This looks vaguely orange because of the nodules. Let's get writing. Alright, so I've got my notes. I think I can try to replicate better stuff based on what happened last time. Alright. It makes a decent amount of sense to try to start with the valuable one and mix that with other things, essentially. Specifically, I think I want to try to avoid mixing the valuable ones with each other. Because it's clearly like there's the Twirines and there's the others, essentially. And it seems like the others make these bubbly ones that are stronger. So I figured the idea then is to not mix them with each other, because they didn't seem to result in getting anything that was particularly stronger than the other ones did. Yeah, those both made the same thing. Alright, so what do we have here? I want to do inventory checks when I'm in this screen because it doesn't progress time. Alright, so I've got 4 bonus... blood? Yeah, right? Yeah, blood. If only it was actually red. Alright, so we have 3 nerves, 4 blood, 1 bone. That's not amazing for the bone stuff. Ugh. Which of the stuff did I use before that helped me make bone? Let's see here. I think it might have been these.
The murderer is a step demon. A Shabanak Adig. I just know it.
There we go. Okay. Okay, we've got some resources here. This supply is burned down. I saved beforehand just in case, but we'll see. Let's just eat. There's no real reason to hold on to food if I have a hunger meter to spend, I suppose. Just inherently, I feel like I should ration things a bit, but that's not really how it works. Got my inventory upgrade. Ooh, calm down. I accidentally pressed Q instead of W. Twirine. No? I took these things out, but I should probably hold on to them for trading purposes as I go. Hold on to this.
Don't look so happy.
Keep some of these things at the
Must have come
base.
From the hospital.
I'll need the matches when it's time to visit the other place. I wish I could trade the bloody lockpick. It doesn't seem to want to ever get traded. The soap. Broken scissors. Everything else we'll hold on to. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I gotta select which stuff I want to keep around for trading purposes, which stuff I want to keep at the base to store up for my upgrades and stuff like that. I am thirsty. Do I have water around here? There'll be water on the way to Notkin. Let's cure a child from dying. One of the reasons I feel somewhat like I should reset and do this whole day again is partly because the game even talks about touching clocks. Like, Artemy himself specifically talks about touching clocks. Like, he's talking about the save system as being a way out. But it's all in moderation. Honestly, we have to all come up with our own definition of when to or not to deal with saves and going back in time. I did get a loading screen that says try not to abuse save time turning, because our mistakes can often be more interesting than the consequences of our mistakes can often be more eventful than our successes or something. It says something vague like that. But at the same time, like I said before, I was trapped in a end point that was going to lead to infinite death.
Better a thimble of blood in the vein than 1,000 gallons in the drain.
See if I can heal or not. Give me them
Half men,
drugs.
half boys. No more knives.
That's what he said. He
no
can
more
get
toys.
bent. All right. Oop. Trade. Oh, with her. Ooh. Oh. I'm like, yay, food. Oh, that's horrifyingly expensive. I have 8 resources for you. Yeah, that's not gonna work. He has a lockpick. That's about it. Wow, 1-to-1 ratio between springs and revolver ammo. I'm pretty sure I can turn that into money. I think I can make that work. Huh. Yeah, I can sell those. Okay, so back to diagnosis. I did not make any effort to memorize what happened last time. I don't know if the same thing is going to be true this time or not, but I feel like it's just really disingenuous to do anything besides just the honest outcome here of just doing a real diagnosis. Just feels kind of douchey to be like, I've seen the alternate timeline and I know that it's this. Whoa, that did not really help with the pain. Not enough. That last one took a chunk out of him. So it's in his nerves. Paramycinium. Ooh. That got a little concerning. Sorry about the pain, buddy, but I'm sure Knockin can get more morphine. I already gave you 2 doses.
I'll take you to your end, rend, tend, mend.
And then you tell him to stay put. So we're good. Knockin's friend is safe. Well, ish. Chances are positive, mainly. Because he might be dead.
Knee pits itch. Is that bad?
My knee pits? My knee pits itch is just... I never hear anyone call them knee pits. Alright, so now that's where the bachelor is. I should take a quick visit to make sure this happens. Because if I'm not careful, it might be possible for the plague starting to just completely upend this entire line of business. It might be that the entire idea of him taking my house is pointless because the plague completely interrupts anything anyway. Hard to be sure. There's people at my house again. They just kind of show up all day, don't they? They want me to get Fat Vlad to open the termitary. I think in an admission of hopelessness, the game doesn't even treat it as a real objective, does it? Whoa. Did I forget that the plague has already begun in this? Yep, that's when we get our gear. Did I forget that the plague already definitively started before the bells rang? I don't remember. So he gave me a few of these. Monomycinium, neomycinium. Wait, no, that's what the other guy gave me. Yeah, the mask is on, the boots are on. Candle stub is a slightly weird inclusion. Got some immunity boosters, but not much. Oh, I know. Oh, wait, no, they're a separate stack. That's how many I have. That's great news. It's... Mom! Mom, that building's humming at me. It's creepy. Yeah, this is like a trap. They totally set you up that, like, if you want to deal with the house situation, you're gonna walk into this district. So you're going to encounter this one way or another. Yeah, my timeline in my head's all wrong. I guess maybe the plague's already started. What the fuck? Makes it a little hard. Makes it a little... Don't like how that's getting louder. How am I going to hand in my thing? This is probably one of those things again where I went in the wrong room, right? My immunity is way low. Not touch. Out of those, huh? I should have traded my hooks for needles. I had the chance a moment ago. I had the chance and I didn't think about doing it. I was like, are needles more valuable than hooks? I'm not sure. I forgot to think about the fact that they're used for lockpicking. Well, I guess I'm going according to plan. I'm getting a chance to loot an infected house. Just not how I was planning on doing this. I thought... Woohoo. What? What the fuck? Oh my god. That scared me. Holy shit. Wow, that was costly. Evidently, you do not want to share space with one of those clouds. I didn't touch it, so I thought I could look, but from a distance it was a threat. Beginning to wonder if this is a fool's errand. Can I not do this thing? There's no other door, it's just... what? There is no prefect. Huh. I don't think I can finish that quest. Maybe if you turn it in before Notkin, like maybe visiting Notkin sets the events in motion so that the plague starts. I have no idea. I'm kind of just guessing a bit. rotten food. Still states the hunger, but is it worth the risk? Yeah, I'm gonna go with no, but, you know, I don't have a lamp. I still don't have any matches. Yeah, this is much more akin to what I was hoping I might be able to do. I figured there's like two threats, right? One, that cloud. Apparently if you just hang out in a room with it for a second, it'll just deplete your entire meter, so that's pretty bad. But in addition to that... Oop! And that's the other one. Book. Yep. I was about to say that. The other threat is that if a person comes after you that's infected, they go and get you. So don't let them go and get you. Shit. Yeah. That's basically like, if I see one of those guys, time to leave the house. So one of the big threats is I don't want to get trapped in a corner. Fully functional vendor, apparently, in the middle of the plague district. Wasn't necessarily expecting that. He sells immunity boosters. I want that. I figure out our ratios here. He'll buy a safety pin. He'll buy soap. Bandage, morphine. I should have dropped off all of my medications back at the house before coming in here. That's my mistake. It is currently about to be 6 p.m. already. Let's head out. I think this strategy may ultimately pay off. But ultimately, I gotta go. Gotta try to meet up with the Bachelor, then get to the meeting, and so on in the next 6 hours, and give the immunity boosters to the few people, and... yeah, and try to save Notkin from himself, basically. Ah, back in safe place. There hasn't been threats coming my way ever since the reputation got fixed on the first day, thankfully. We'll see if my reputation drops again in the campaign, because that'll be rough, because hordes of dudes coming after me is not necessarily a thing I'm prepared to deal with. In the first game, I definitely got a system down, and maybe I will at some point figure out how to deal with these people one-on-one, but my experience so far was not great. Oh, I have my own water here. My experience fighting dudes so far was very not promising. Muddy water. Oh. Shit. Didn't mean to gather that. Rotten food. But is it worth the risk? I'm gonna put that in the dead items category. The hope being that maybe it counts as a dead item that I can trade. So I'll take it with me next time I visit that guy, and if it doesn't work, I'll throw it away. This spindle's definitely going to be an upgrade item, so let's put that there. These can all be used for trading otherwise. But I think that that spindle's going to be used for an upgrade. Alright, we need to deal with this hunger problem. I also need to see if what I can do with the muddy water.
No.
Grocery. Yeah, I know you're blinking at me up there. Oh. Was there more over here? Maybe not. Safety pins. Peanuts. Literal peanuts. I'm here to get to the grocery because I've tried this attempt, but I need to actually deal with the food problem now. I get the suspicion that maybe time passes when I'm visiting a merchant, which I find distressing. So thanks for that worry. It is 18:55. Let's see what time it is when I leave the merchant. Okay. Food. 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 Obviously that costs more than what I have, so we'll see what I can trade here. Yeah, they don't want the muddy water. What a surprise. Some bullets, though. Those go a long way. I was surprised when I was able to trade for those. Safety pin. I'm bad at economy. Maybe half-assed it a little bit. I can at least afford this. No, let's not do the water right now. Alright, quickly. Use. 11:56. Ah, it was 55, right? So look at that. I ate a whole fish, like some kind of lunatic. The hunger's actually low for a moment. It's actually low for a moment. So I think time did not pass while I was at the merchant, which is a surprise. Now to the bachelor. No new items to loot. Oh. I still didn't make it in time. I still didn't make it in time. Wow. Just fucking spontaneously a corpse right here, huh? That wasn't there just a second ago? Wow. Things got bad around here very abruptly, didn't they? Weird how a lot of them feel like they're pointing the wrong way a moment ago. Well, I failed again to get to the bachelor in time. I could have made it work, but I just encountered the plague place and I'm like, let's test my idea. But honestly, that feels like the best victory of them all. It's one of my previous loot spots, isn't it? Those are totally places where I dropped stuff before because of my inventory problems, aren't they? So it was still remembering those items. So bad news is we still didn't make it to the bachelor in time. The good news is I seem to have improved my situation. Technically, I don't have any food on me right now, but considering how much I was starving all day last time, the fact that I currently have a almost completely empty hunger meter. In fact, most noteworthy is the fact that the hunger meter's not even on the screen right now. That's pretty good news. So this could potentially be an approach that works. The one-to-one trades aren't necessarily amazing, but there's also the fact that I straight up get money when I'm looting. I just went back to the base, and I didn't, You know what, I'm just gonna get this out of the way. Muddy water, drop. Give up on that idea real quick. So I think that's gonna work. I think risking myself in the plague districts might be my best chance. It's the best system. I think it's the best system I've found so far to make the money, at least, because things have gone poorly until now. All right, let's just jump cut. I'm definitely just gonna talk to everybody again, just in case the fact that I talked to them turns out to be important. I want to retrace my dialogue steps. And so it begins anew. I talked to everybody. Georgi's come by. I think someone's about to sprint into my face in a moment here. Right? Who tells me about... I think somebody has to tell me about... Oh, hello. I could be wrong, but I think somebody has to tell me about Notkin, right? How did I find out that Notkin was where he was? Oh, because Notkin's at Stamaton's bar. Right. We'll do our best to follow up on that quest. I really do need matches. Can't believe I still don't have any matches. I can't explore these dark places without any. Yes, morphine. Yes. Egg. That's good news. This is definitely one of their stash locations. Yeah, I shouldn't fuck with that. Well, might as well play the game. Even though it's not one I know about in the quest, maybe it'll still affect whatever that is. I don't know if a storyline will ultimately evolve from that or what. Oh. I have blood, right? Yeah, I've been underutilizing that because I've been avoiding some of these things, like poking around for this stuff or dealing with the kids and so on. And that is a problem, because I need these resources. Was that 3 the same kind? Of course it was. More soap. The exact same... Actually, it might be the same kid. Tweezers for 2. Ooh, smoked fish. All you want is scissors and a match? No! Damn it. He has the smoked fish. He doesn't want anything from me. Oh god, the sleeping problem's gonna come up now. I don't know, a bandage isn't that strong. Whereas one bottle of water, not so much the water, not so much the water itself, but the bottles. I kind of want to keep the bottles around. If I lose my bottles, let's see. There we go. God, I got interrupted by that. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, the now this time around I need those bottles. I use them to craft all of my cures and everything. So I probably don't want to give all of them to the drunks, where you need 3 of them just for one bandage, and the bandage barely heals you. Okay. There's clothing, there's that place. Okay. Gonna give this a go. Alright, I need to deal with my immunity. So if it drops, I'm fucked. So the goal is still to quickly meet up with the people involved. That's another muddy water container. I don't like that I can't, there's no dump out option. It's just use or drop. You can't get rid of the contents directly. That's not a real garbage can, apparently. You can't interact with it. Fuck that. That's gonna be a big old case of the fuck that's. Definitely not taking water from these districts when they're like this. Ooh. Oh, the immunity's ticking down. Oh, here's the building. Ah. Get me in. I think when I'm inside, my thing isn't counting down, right? I hope. Whew. Ever ticking down immunity that you can't do anything about. That is a new dimension of bad news. And, like, that's tension. That's inescapable. Is that my shirt? I think that might be my shirt. It's similar. Which just means based on the same structure, I guess. Yeah, I think this is the person that gave me the clue where I'm thinking, oh, it's not a guarantee, but you can try to heal them.
What is a living heart? Why is everyone talking about it?
The tower. Cannot leave the tower behind. And she's the one that tells me to check. He's the one that tells me to check on Anna. All right. It still says in danger. You did all you could, but he's in danger. Thanks, life. And so Anna is added. And then we need to get down to there. And while I'm along the way, I'll probably check into a house or two. Gotta be a little careful, though. I'm down to 5, and I have to spend 2 of them on the other characters. Do you have a clock in here? Oh. Got a whole back room here. Okay, sprinting this much has downsides. Considering the fact that I, oh, there's a grocery right here. Maybe I'll go there. I'm admittedly sprinting too much, considering the fact that there's no safe sources of... Wait, no, wait. There we go. I was thinking, there's no safe water in this district. I'm kind of going overboard. But I'm so used to using the water that's available around to fill my meters, because it's... Why not? Why bother using my bottles? But this is why you'd use your bottles when the water around doesn't seem safe. Will all of the stores be immune to the disease on the inside is what I'm wondering. Because it seems like it might be the case. Yep. There's smoked fish. Not gonna afford it, partly because of what I've got. There's some twirine. And some gross ass shit. Empty bottles. I've got a few. Just noticed the other stack. Kind of wanted to chip away at that one. An egg and some fish is not the worst situation to be in. I've at least got a few sources of food this time. Exhaustion's gonna be a problem. She doesn't sell coffee? Nope. Tan. Just over here working on my tan. God damn, that's oh wow, my home. Ha. Look at this fucking. Oh, I had it down to 0. And here it is again. Just being a dick. My God, I can't believe that's how this hunger meter works. Alright. It's a tad hard to stomach. Fuck! You know what? I'm out. I'm out. I don't have the resources for this right now, and it's gonna back me into a corner. Fuck. Oh god, there's another one. Dude, man. And also, like, I'm sorry, but did they spawn it directly on top of me? Whoa, poppin'. Did they just go ahead and spawn that hazard directly on top of me? Because that's a dick move. Best laid plans and all that. Tell me you didn't block this entire path. Okay, it's just bushes. Because bushes aren't unpassable objects this time around. And there goes my mask. They give you masks that can't even last you one day in here. Man. Yeah, I don't know about this strategy. I don't know if this will pay off the way I thought it might. Didn't I have 11 of these earlier? Now I'm down to 3, 2 of which I need to give to people here. Oh, it's dark in here.
Never open doors with my bare hands. Tip of my boot or a kerchief round the doorknob.
And so we warn her not to go outside. Twirine works as an immunity booster, huh? Be a bummer to use it because it's something I'm supposed to be able to use to find secrets. I'm a great person, aren't I? Oh my goodness. Don't turn around. It specifically lets you loot everything that's behind her. I wonder if that's intentional. Alright, that'll help with my hunger meter. Shit. Not the worst place to be in. Rotten food. I'm hoping rotten food turns out to be a dead item that can be used at the store. Otherwise I don't know what to do. I have 5 food items all of a sudden. Damn. Alright, Anna. You're welcome for the medicine. I'm a bad person. Alright. Yeah, I can't go playing around with the idea of looting houses anymore right now. I've shot my immunity booster collection and need to get more. The game admittedly kind of... it fucked me twice. 2 times I had some decent amount of immunity and then shot all the way down to 0. Twice! And an immunity booster is only 25%, so like, yeah, that would probably account for why I had 11 and now I don't. That did not help.
There once was a man of great humor, who found he was dead of a tumor. But he woke up today to his neighbor's dismay, and that of his cow once he took her.
I told him to stay behind. I don't know if that's actually different from what I picked last time. Actually, I actually might have just changed that. I think last time I might have said that we might do it together, which of course is not great news either.
Just stay away from me this time of year. Come to think of it, keep your hands off anything here.
All in all, you seem healthy. The judge will be pleased. I think I might have accidentally changed the timeline there. Blood costs 3 times as much today. I think I might have allowed for the possibility of him coming along last time, and I may have just disallowed that. But I'm not that sure. Oh, the thing that's worth more is the one that I can't afford to give right now. Shit. If I'm gonna do the candles ritual, don't I need match? Oh wait, no, there was matches in the building, wasn't there? We'll see. Gotta get the fuck out of here. Did my immunity reset? It did not. Okay, shit. Get our ass out of this district. I think it wasn't... Aren't we fine out here? Like it's not plaguey. I think so. That's good. You can't go that way. Boy, has this been chaotic. Hey, buddy. Alright. The last 2 hours. I still gotta keep it going. And here's where I get covered in goop. They're just organing all over me. Oh shit. Eat this apple. There we go. Alright. It's such a hustle to try to fix my problems. I'm hoping that this will be the only time I do this, but I'm not going to say that I have that much faith in that. Because the last game kicked me in the teeth plenty of times where I kind of had to shuffle around and try to change things. But I will try not to start the entire day over. I mean, think about it, like, I don't want to do this. This is time I lose too. So I don't really benefit much from having to replay an entire day. So I only do it when I feel like it's... I will only do it when I feel like it's particularly necessary. More blood. Don't need to reshuffle that anywhere else. It's a strange collection of items. Is there even more empty bottles? Damn. I might store some of them here just to have more. Seems about right. Keeping them all on me at all times doesn't necessarily make sense. Meanwhile, if I'm thinking that I'm going to get items on this trip, then I need to empty my inventory of some of the stuff that I don't need to survive. Got some matches, got some for the nuts here. Those are my bartering items. I'll come back for them when I'm done. Stick with more survivally items. The drugs can also go here. We're trying. Just trying to make sense of this damn inventory. Alright, let's go. I save a lot. Yeah, I'm a big fan of suffering the consequences of your past actions, like narratively and whatnot. But ultimately, that was a... shit, I should check to see if there's needles. Do you roam? Oh, that's interesting. You know what, I'm already running back in. It occurs to me that, I wonder if he, like, faces different directions, and that might indicate something. Like, what if he's looking at, like, a rare Twirian spawn or something, if you walk, like, 100 meters that way or something? He definitely wanders at least. I loaded to save time because I was running back in because it occurred to me. Fuck. Oh, matches. That's good to do. That's not what I came back for, though. Damn it. Bring one lockpick just in case there's like a locked door somewhere. I came back for needles. There are not any needles, so if I find any locked doors, I still can't open them. Unfortunately. But we're gonna have to live with that. Exhaustion's not in a great spot for me right now. Oh. Got it. I think I walked around the wrong side last time too. I can't see shit. I basically can't see. Alright. So now I'm concerned because I think I heard the weird... I think I remember hearing a weird sound last time, and I'm worried that might be the same sound that I saw. I'm worried the sound that I heard last time is the same one that is made by the clouds. Exhaustion's gonna start hurting soon. Yeah, I don't think matches are gonna be a problem. Damn. If I find a single needle, there will not be a shortage of places to use them on. I don't think you can crouch in this game. Because even stealth mode doesn't crouch. Was this the room they were in last time? I think they might have come no matter what. Because I can't light that candle. I think you have to have them here. Yep, there you are, you little punk.
No time for rattling.
Did I tell you not to come here? We're dead now. Do you think we'll get sick? We'll see. Guess we can try lighting the candles like you said. Are you for real? I'll scout the house since we're here anyway. My lamp went out.
I'm sorry about your father, Burach. He was a man of great humanity.
Man, that's not a good sound. Don't like it. I think that is a different sound though than last time. I mean, not last time. I mean, I think it's a different sound than the clouds normally made. Yeah, that's a really distinct, uncomfortable sound. It's like it's screeching. Whoa. What the fuck? The day is over. Today was a turning point. Fates are decided at midnight. God damn it, did I actually run out of time again? You've managed to protect the crude sprawl from infection. Fuck, I still didn't make it in time? Damn it. Time moves so fast in this game.
The day is over. The end draws ever closer. A new pantomime is rehearsed at the theater.
I think the fucking walls are trying to attack me. What the fuck? Yeah, that's... Fuck. Well, I guess we don't have to worry about the implications of saves coming that much, considering... Oh god, it's doing the thing where I have to run away, right? I'm gonna get infected. Because it turns out I didn't save Notkin after all. There we go.
You need a partner, a buddy, a grass snake maybe.
Time to get the hell away from here, right? Indeed, follow me. We did it. We survived the night. And they're out. Bye, everybody. Whew. Oh. Goddamn immunity. The door opened up. Whatever it was, it's gone now. Now I need to grab the boys and leave this place. Fuck. Oh wow, that really looks like a heart now, doesn't it? It always looks similar to that, right? But like it now looks really clearly like a heart. Huh. Oh, it still says we're meeting there. That'd be good. That'd be nice if that still happened. Let's get the fuck out of here. Exhaustion's a problem, but I'm gonna have to just power through it. Because I gotta meet up with Lara. What's the knives mean? I don't know if death really arrived to our town, or if it was just a bed of infection. What matters is I found it, and the place will be quarantined. The disease will bite off one district fewer now.